What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Pixel 4a 4G after a little over a month. And again, I'm going to reiterate, this is the Pixel 4a 4G. So this is not the 5G variant. I just want to make that known to everybody out there so they don't get them confused. But this is the follow-up to the Pixel 3a, a much successful device released by Google last year at Google I/O 2019. Well, for this device, I have to say it's actually pretty solid. And for those people who are not all hung up on the 5G hype, this is definitely a go in my book. There are a lot of good things about the Pixel 4a that I think kind of get overlooked and overshadowed just because of the 5G hype. Don't get me wrong, 5G is going to be amazing when it's fully rolled out nationwide. But at this time right now, if you're just looking for a good, solid device with stock Android experience and more bang for your buck, the Pixel 4a takes the cake. And it's not just me being a Pixel guy, but I mean, just, in general, just for my usage, this is a phone that I am quite surprised on just how snappy, smooth the experience has been. Build quality is, thumbs up in my book. But in general, just all around, a solid phone, if that's what you're looking for, is a solid phone. Now, of course, I have this really nice fabric case on top of the Pixels. As a matter of fact, I prefer these cases, and no, I don't believe that they are super resistant to drop or anything like that. But I just like the aesthetics that it brings to the phone itself. But when we take the case off, this is the Pixel 4a, straight butt naked. This is what it looks like. And yes, it's a polycarbonate back, polycarbonate side. It's basically a unibody polycarbonate, basically in total. So you got your punch outs at the bottom there for charging, microphone, speaker. The display itself, they went with the punch hole selfie cam design. And then you have a camera module in the back with only one camera sensor. So there's no ultra wide sensor or, telephoto sensor, just one sensor back there. But trying to keep the aesthetics very similar to this year's releases of Pixel devices. On the right side of it, you have your power button, which is distinctive because of the color separation from the body itself, and then you have the volume rockers beneath that, and they're very, very, very clicky, very punchy, very nice. I like the feel of it. It's a pretty solid build. And of course, no facial unlock like the Pixel 4, but you do get your fingerprint sensor on the back, and that's actually a good thing in this time since everybody's masking up. Unlocking your phone using your face is pretty annoying, having to keep pulling down the mask for it to recognize your face to unlock. So biometric reading, fingerprint sensor, nice, solid work. The display itself is actually quite nice. I like the way the colors look on it for the type of display that it is. It's vibrant enough for me to see, and it does hold up well on the battery. Connectivity is one thing that I do want to kind of talk about over here, as I do have the AT&T SIM. Shout out to Carlos. That's in this device right now. I'm going to run a speed test, and you guys know that at my place, I don't get the best speeds ever, but this is what it's pulling on the AT&T side. This is just straight LTE, no 5G, and, it's running close to about 20 megabits per second on the down, and, that's good enough to watch, like, YouTube videos and, like, 480p DVD quality and things like that. As far as live streaming on Instagram or Periscope, it should hold up just fine. The uplink is not bad at all. I've actually seen it lower, a couple of months ago. So in the last couple of months, I would say that the connection with AT&T has actually gotten improved in my city. As far as battery life, this thing is a champ when it comes to battery. I have to give it that. As you guys can see, a slow descent. Now that was on standby time. From 100%, and then I started using it for a while, and of course, as you can see, Instagram and stuff like that, I'd be active on, and it's holding up very well. 84% currently at this time right now, predicting about a day left in battery life, and yeah, this thing is no slouch when it comes to the battery, and I have to give Google huge thumbs up for that, because this year it seems like one of the things that they hugely focused on was battery life. And that continues to be not only in the 4a, but also with the new Pixel 5. So that's always a good thing to see. Battery is very important. Some people just don't have the time to charge up. So when they're on the go, they're on the go. Again, with the Google Pixels, the camera is one of the things they tout about the most. Now, while this doesn't have some of the features that the Pixel 5 has, I have to say for a Pixel 4a, the cameras on this thing is solid in my book. Well, the cameras are not like a DSLR type camera, but for a point and shoot type, they hold up very well. They're solid in my book. Portrait mode is pretty decent. Of course, I don't have a good backdrop for this to really kind of show it, but I have some videos that pretty much show how well the portrait mode works. Camera works just fine. Single camera can still kick some major butt out there, so I do give it that. But in general, the Google Pixel 4a, solid device for $349, super solid device for stock Android experience. And even though it has a Snapdragon 730G, this thing is snappy for what it is. But that just shows how well Google basically optimized Android for this device. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the better years for Google and the Pixels. So that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed what I had to say about the Pixel 4a, smash the like button. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I drop more videos like this. Check y'all on the next one. And as always, everybody, aloha.